What's up, my dude? Shit, boys. We got us a pretty good one today. I'm just going to be talking about some different track DLC, possibilities for MX vs. ATV Legends. So we already know that MX vs. ATV is kind of doing more of a live service sort of deal with Legends. And they've already came out with the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross track DLC. We already know after them doing this last physics update, now they're going to start taking their time working on, track DLC, stuff like that. We've already heard that from the community manager. So I just thought I'd come in here and kind of talk about some different kind of content that I think the game could use that's kind of different from what it already has. Because if you remember back in the All Out days, they came out with a lot of different track DLC, right? You had the freestyle slash DLC, you had the arena cross DLC, obviously the multiple years of the pro motocross DLC. I feel like what Legends needs is it needs some sort of nighttime racing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just talking about the supercross tracks at nighttime. You know what I'm saying? It needs either another giant free ride map that's all based around nighttime shit. And it's got a cool nighttime motocross track on it with the lights on. There was something so cool about that. There was some cool tracks on, what was that? Unleashed, I think? Untamed, I think it was Untamed actually, that had that big wide open nighttime free ride map. I think it was the same one that had the NASCAR track on the free ride map, right? But legendary, moonlight, moon off in the distance kind of track. I think that's one of the only things that, biome design wise or whatever you want to call it, that's sort of missing from Legends. You don't really have any of the I just think that's such a cool element to motocross racing. I grew up with it, racing under the lights, motocross, outdoor motocross, but under the lights, right? Nighttime. Something so cool about that shit, man. So even if it's not a full-blown free ride map, I definitely think it would be really cool for them to, hell, they may even be able to put some sort of a nighttime time of day effect that you can put on any track in the game. Kind of like how right now, sometimes you can get on one of the tracks and it'll be morning time. Sometimes you can get on them and it'll be afternoon time of day, and the lighting's different, the shadows are different, the vibe's different, everything's different. So maybe that would be a way to do it. Not necessarily another track, but just a different time of day effect that could totally change. But then you'd have to add lights to the track. There's kind of some layers to that. And I'm not even saying I would want that to be possible on every track in the game, because then you kind of lose the character. If every track in the game can be nighttime, daytime, morning time, evening, you know what I'm saying? So there's kind of a balance to it, but I just think it would be cool to have some kind of nighttime vibe motocross track, and maybe even a nighttime vibe fully outside, out of a stadium, supercross test track that has lights and shit on it. That would be kind of a cool vibe too. But yeah, it needs that, and it also, I would love to see them come out with a selection of another, I don't know, another handful of supercross tracks that are a lot bigger scaling. I just think that would be fun. They could be in stadium, they could be out of a stadium, doesn't really matter, but I think it would be really cool with the physics of Legends to experience bigger reflex scaling style supercross tracks with the momentum system of the game and the clutch boost, seat bounce, every aspect of the game. I just think it would play so fun on bigger scaling, wider, longer jumps, more pre-made ruts, pre-made roughness, basically what reflex stock supercross track style DLC for Legends. That's basically what I'm saying right now, you know what I'm saying? So that would be cool. Obviously, I kind of have a feeling they might do something more with the trail mode, or a hill climb series, or they might do something with that, or like a go back to Supermoto days back in the damn Unleashed Untamed. But they may do like a Enduro Cross series as paid DLC. That would be badass. I could see a lot of people buying into that. And MX vs. ATV wouldn't have to do all that much because they already have stadiums. They already have, not only do they already have stadiums, but they already have stadiums that aren't even necessarily exact replicas of the real life stadiums, so they can basically use them for whatever the fuck they want to use them for, right? But it wouldn't be nothing for them to be able to go in there and put some log sections down, some matrix, you know, all that type of shit, tires, rock gardens. I mean, they could definitely do all of that. That was the one thing about the trail mode of the game I thought was going to have a lot more of that, you know. I thought there was going to be a lot more like log crossing, river crossing, rock garden up a mountain. If you've ever fucking raced GNCC type hair scramble shit in real life, you know what I'm saying? Like the trail mode of Legends is not exactly like GNCC hair scramble type racing in real life. Two completely different things, but it would be interesting to see if MX vs. ATV kind of dove a little bit deeper down that road and did some sort of cool paid DLC like that, but I don't know if they're really going to do that. But the last thing you want to do, MX vs. ATV, is come out with some damn Arena Cross DLC, because you already have all those tight scaling, you know, tighter corners style stock Supercross tracks in the game. You don't want to waste all your time to go in there and make an Arena Cross DLC at this point. You already did it for All Out. Don't do it again. You know what I'm saying? You want to be putting something different into the game content-wise, so then it just opens up that replayability door even more. But if you're in there just constantly adding more track DLC that's just similar to what you already have, then you're not really doing anything, right? So that's something they're going to have to really keep in mind. But anyways, that's some of the bigger things right there as far as like track DLC. Maybe they could do some, maybe have like a fantasy DLC where it's like some cool massive scaling motocross, you know, like the crazy custom reflex tracks or something. That would be kind of a cool vibe. They just got to do something different than what's already in the game. You know what I mean? That's basically what I'm saying here. So either way, man, I think that would be cool for some DLC. Be really excited to see what they do with all this. Obviously, I think they're going to have multiple different years of the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross DLC. I don't think this first one was the only one, so they're certainly going to keep that ball rolling, right? I mean, yeah. That's pretty much where I'm at on it, man. I would like to see some nighttime stuff, more trail stuff that's actually trail stuff. Maybe they could come out with a whole nother massive free roam, free ride map that's like a totally different biome than what they already have. That would be cool. I know they already have, you know, a few different free ride maps, but if they could get the biome different enough, it would be cool. But if it was just like another standard woodland biome, I don't necessarily think that would really be worth it. You know, it's all in what's the most worth it to put their time and effort in as far as track DLC, because they can only do so much, right? But yeah, either way, man, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Definitely let me know down in the comments what you guys want to see with track DLC, and I'll see you boys on that next one. Later, dudes.